Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Vashadu Deshatharine Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So here is an example now of the sage called Kaṇḍu. There are many discussions in Bhagavatam. And this sage Kaṇḍu, like Vishwamitra, he was also doing some austerities. And Indra, sometimes, even though he is a great devotee, he is not on the platform of Mahabharata. There are different platforms of devotees. There is a topmost stage where there is no chance of a person slipping to the tricks of Maya. But sometimes Indra, it's not that we are in a position to criticize him. Compared to us, he is a very great devotee. But still, truth should be known, is that sometimes he does fall prey to his tricks. And if he sees some sages becoming very powerful, he's doing a lot of austerities, he sends some society girl or some Apsarā to entice him. Because he is also a jiva. The very reason Indra is having that post of Devata, the very reason Indra is having that post is because he has done he has a lot of punya. It's just like you have currency, you can purchase something. Punya is a currency to occupy the post of Indra. Indra is not God, he's a Devata. It's a delegated post given by the God. Now what happens is that the sage Kaṇḍu is doing tapasya, and a society girl, an Apsarā comes, and what is her name? Pramlocā, and he becomes enticed, and he produces a child also. Similarly, we know the sage Vishwamitra, he also got enticed by another Apsarā called Menika, and he also fell. So the question comes is that when even the sages are slipping, not everybody, some instances are there. So how do we hold on? What is the mistake they did, even though they did so much tapasya? We have the example of, we recently did the example, the class of glories of Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur, nothing happened. In fact, he was tested by the prostitute. Later, he was tested by the Maya Devi herself, another time. So, what is the difference? The point is, unless we have higher taste, we cannot give up lower taste. And that is tested in this situation. The Haridas Thakur was under higher taste. He was drinking the pleasure of Krishna consciousness, which is much higher, much higher than the flickering taste of sense gratification, and therefore he could negate it. So many times people say, society, we see people are degrading this, they are doing that or this. Because society, there is no higher taste today. The greatest taste, which is daily glorified in all the media, what is that? That is sex. See, how we should do, in the morning we should do, newspapers are talking about that. 10 times we should do, 100 times. That's the only pleasure society knows, and they keep talking about it all the time, in broadcast and everywhere. So then, this is the only taste people know of, then they will go crazy. But with society, that's animal society. It's maybe human in the shape, but it's animals. It's not a civilized human society. In a civilized human society, the goal of life becomes to control ourselves from these base pleasures. Tapodivyam, that is called tapasya. What is tapasya? Prabhupada says the tapasya that I have given is so simple. He said no intoxication and no gambling. It's very simple. It's not very, very difficult. No intoxication, no illicit sex, no gambling, no meat. That's all. So anybody brings this tapasya in his life, particularly just like somebody wants to remain brahmachari, he's not interested in sex. Now how do you handle that? The point is he has to cultivate a higher taste. And Haridas Thakur was swimming in a higher taste. Therefore, just like a child when he is having some note, 100 rupee note in his hand, is about to tear, a small child, what do the parents do? They give him some toffee, something which he likes more. So what is the note he will do? He throws the note and takes the toffee. Otherwise he can't take the note away from his hand. He will make rackets. So same way, we are also like that. We are also running for sense gratification today. But if a higher pleasure of Krishna consciousness is introduced, we give it up. And that is the process of Lord Chaitanya. And people in Kali Yuga don't have patience. They want everything instant. Instant coffee, instant food, everything instant. They want ready food. They just within 2 minutes you cook it is ready. They don't have patience. You tell them like Valmiki Muni or some of these sages itself for thousands of years, some hundreds of years, they do some tapasya. Many people as they talk about spiritual happiness, in India particularly, they say, yes, we know it is there, but it's very difficult to attain it. And that they justify to run after sense gratification. Because you want pleasure. If you don't take the spiritual pleasures for which only human being is entitled, tapodivyam putarikayena shuddhiye sattvam brahmosaukhyam tarantam. We are heartily purified by tapasya, then you can really enjoy Krishna consciousness. But people are not ready for the phase of tapasya. They want immediate enjoyment. Immediate. You say, please come, we have some class. I'm not immediate. Arjuna was not such a fool. He asked Krishna, Shreya Uttamo, please tell me something for my ultimate benefit. Hey, people have no capacity, like animals, have no capacity to think about ultimate benefit. They think immediate. Now I want to enjoy this. That's it. So that is not the way, but even then, Prasada Lord Chaitanya actually gives immediate pleasure. It does not wait. Knowing our weakness, it is like that. When you go to any Harinam, to go to the chanting, you immediately feel so blissful. Okay, that is the experience of Krishna. You feel so blissful. So fast it is. This process of Krishna consciousness, when Prabhupada went to America, they asked Prabhupada, why you brought this process to a country? Because we also have a religion here. Prabhupada said, no. It's the most effective process and the quickest process to make a person lover of God. There is no other process as effective as the process handed down by Lord Chaitanya. So this process is like that. It's not a dry ritual. It very quickly brings in the pleasure of Krishna consciousness. And we have to be very careful, because today what happens is that previously the goal of life is always happiness. But how to become happy, that shows what kind of man you are. Everybody wants to be happy. So the previously people were very sober, that's human life. They know these base pleasures are available even to the animal. Sarvottar labhate deva, Prahlad Maharaj also says. It's available everywhere. So let me not waste my time for that. Okay. Let me focus my energy to attain spiritual pleasure. If somebody says, I was happy by sense gratification, I give their example 100 times. Monkey will say, I did better than you, because he has all this without any restriction. But what you can do, so what you can do is that utilize your energy, all extra intelligence God has given you, to attain spiritual pleasure. But then spiritual pleasure is not something impersonal. Spiritual pleasure is attained in contact with the Supreme Personality of God. Krishna is a reservoir of that pleasure. Akhila rasa amrita siddhu. So when somebody comes forward, yes, let me serve Krishna, then he becomes entitled to enjoy spiritual pleasure. Only then. Otherwise, he remains on material pleasure. So this process is very simple, effective. Anybody can take the process of Krishna consciousness. What happens? He enjoys spiritual pleasure. But what is happening in the society today, this misdirected society, led by crazy leaders, whoever they may be, politicians, so-called scientists, whatever it is, they have misdirected the society. Therefore we say, Vigyan should not be given about term for the science. What is Vishesha about this Gyan? Nothing. It is just art. The mass of society wants its gratification today. Whatever it is. There is a result. And now it's like a vicious cycle. They are the ones who are using these so-called technocrats in providing them this gratification. I will drink, and I use intelligent people. Make a nice drink for me. Just imagine the lunacy of it. And just because some coins are thrown, so-called intelligent people of the society are doing that. Yes. Previously, the intelligence section of the society was not by birth, by quality, it was called Brahmana. Sir, Brahmana cannot be employed. And Brahmana will refuse to participate in your sense gratification. Brahmana is only absorbed in Krishna's sense gratification. Apsarā. And he refuses to take. It says, in a crisis, a Brahmana can play the role of a Kshatriya or a Vaishya, but never a Shudra. He will never become employed under a third-rate person. But today, yes, the most intelligent people of society are segregated. They are sent to so-called technological institute, and then after that, they become instruments in the people's sense gratification. That's all. You are paid, they throw some coins, and you run and provide them objects for their sense gratification. Yes. The mass is only interested in sense gratification. And the situation becomes very dangerous, because situation arranged is very dangerous. Because trillions and trillions of dollars, trillions and trillions of work hours are spent in making the dead matter very attractive for the people, in advertising sense gratification, say properly, in advertising sense gratification and making people get enchanted by the tricks of Maya. So much time, money, and topmost intelligent people are being put for that job. They are all under Maya's employment. Use it to entice the people so that they can just absorb themselves. Give them a hope that they will become so happy by sense gratification. And who is involved in it? All the energy and resources of the world. So for a innocent man, we generally see when generally students come, they are small children, so sweet. But as they grow up, they are sucked into this and they are fooled. Prabhupada used to say laughter or Maya. They are all fooled. So therefore, our work becomes very hard. But as an Acharya, Srila Prabhupada could see the whole phenomena. Prabhupada said actually whatever they have done a waste. We all know that today. Whatever has been done is Ugra Karma, the intelligence which is misused. Everything has been created just for sense gratification. But now, out of bad bargain, because we can use this nonsense that they have, utilization rather, and whatever has been made by the demons for their own sense gratification, we can use that for Krishna's pleasure. That is the devotee's attitude. And we should try, therefore, when we engage like that, we can save people. Now this is the sage. Maya is so powerful, the sages are falling in the tricks of Maya. Even when a Mohini Murti was running and Lord Shiva was running behind, she ran through the sages. And Bhagavatam said that was the lesson for the sage. See how powerful mental energy is. Actually, Mohini Murti is not mental energy, it's the Lord himself. And she was also tricked by Yoga Maya, not by Mahamaya of the Lord. But the whole point was to give a lesson. See how powerful the mental energy is. If you are not careful, you will be sucked up. So Prabhupada says, devotee is not scared of anything, but is scared of Maya. Because he is under Krishna's protection. Why I should be scared of anything? But he is scared that I will lose Krishna's devotional service. Therefore, all the acharyas in their prayer, they only pray one thing. Krishna, let me not forget you. Somehow rotating within the material world, somehow I have come to know Krishna, that I am your servant. Let me not forget this. Other things I don't want. You put me in hell or heaven, that is separate issue. Let me not forget I am your eternal servant. Any time, henceforward. So we should be very careful of the Maya's tricks, and the lessons we read from Bhagavatam, we should become just like sometimes some person does something crazy. What should I do that I don't do something crazy? Similarly like that. Yes, focus yourself on spiritual life and make it a struggle of your life to see Krishna face to face and serve Him. Today people are struggling, as I said many times, but they are struggling for what? They are struggling to see a girl naked. That's our whole life goes for that. And she will make me happy. You're an idiot. Animals are doing that same thing. What pleasure is there? Same pleasure is there. There was a man who was running after a prostitute. He wanted to have union with the prostitute. Such a shameless man. He has a wife, good wife, very nice wife. So one day he revealed to his wife, what to do. And he was crying, I want that prostitute. So a very nice, chaste wife. She thought, what to do? My husband wants this. She went to that house of the prostitute and started serving her, cleaning her house. So she asked one day, why do you do so much service to me? Every day you come, few hours you spend, And she said, I have one request. What? My husband wants to have union with me. She felt so sad. Such a nice wife. This man is so crazy. Okay, send your husband. So the husband was very delighted. Third-rate husband came. So she gave him in a glass, a juice, say a glass of silver. Then she gave him in a steel glass and in a golden glass. Same juice. Say, Mosami juice, 3 different glasses. She said, please have this. He had. How was the taste? Very nice. Give another glass. How was the taste? Same. Give from golden glass. How was the taste? Same. Then she told him, pleasures are same. You are such a fool, you are thinking, this body I have, pleasure is so much. People go mad, I'm in love with this girl, what will happen, this, that. They've gone mad, pleasure is the same. You are looking for material pleasure, it is same, sir. Material variety that you are getting mad about has no meaning, sir. It has no meaning. Just no meaning. It's just a packet of stool and urine arranged in different ways. Therefore, the Bhagavad Gita says the famous shloka, no? What is the shloka? The famous Vidya Vinaya Sammanne Brahmane Gavihasani Shuri Cheva Sapakecha Pandita Samadarshana. He becomes completely indifferent to the material forms. A person, he understands. And it's just the packets. This variety has no meaning. The real meaning is the variety of the spiritual world. And once somebody has tasted the variety of the spiritual world, then only he can give up the material variety. We don't avoid seeing the beautiful form of the Lord in the temples. Don't avoid hearing the narration of the pastimes of the Lord in the Bhagavatam. Don't avoid, hearing the beautiful holy names of the Lord, tasting Krishna Prācīnabarhiṣat. These varieties, when you are hearing or accessing, then material varieties become stale. Variety is the mother of enjoyment. So spiritual variety, is we have to indulge in. We have to serve the spiritual variety, get in touch with the spiritual variety. And when the mind is enchanted by the beautiful face of Krishna, and the mind is enchanted by the sweet pastimes of the Lord, by the sweet holy name of the Lord, then only we will be able to give material variety. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki.